I don't know how they do it, but they did it again. The most marketable trio in all of YouTube put their heads together to create a new mega product. This might replace my lunchtime Beast Burger, but it's called Lunchly. It looks, well, less than appetizing. It's by MrBeast, Logan Paul, and KSI, and they've got a few different options for their lunch. So it's like a Lunchables clone, right? So we got the pizza, which it looks terrible, but it looks better than the actual Lunchables pizza. But they could have added a little bit more cheese onto that pizza to make it look a bit nicer. But next we got turkey stacks, which I guess is like the Lunchables original. The horrible dry crackers and the processed meats. Yummy. And now we got the Fiesta nachos, which might be the worst out of the three. Because it looks like just chips. And you got dry chips with a little bit of Feastables. And then a prime. That's definitely a balanced lunch for a 6-year-old to have for school. This is the type of food that you give your child if you want them to catch some sort of disease and die. And a hot take here, but I don't really care if this seems like a once in a while treat for your child. But like, you give your child a Lunchly every month or so, but like, some people are stupid enough to give your child this on a regular basis. But I'm not gonna go and just be one of those activists and say, oh, they feed crap to our kids. Have they no shame? But being real, they're not forcing you to buy this as a parent. Like, it's your own fault if you're feeding them this crap, and also, they're probably gonna give them something equally as terrible anyway. What I think is kind of weird is that this seems to be a theme with a lot of YouTuber products, is that they pretend and act like they're better for you than the actual main product. Like, for example, Feastables. It's supposed to be marketed as a healthier alternative to Hershey's or Cadbury in the UK. Because they say they have less sugar and more electrolytes, but in reality, they may only be slightly better, but also just as bad in some cases. And they obviously have to have a video to go along with it, and just look at KSI's face in this first little snippet.
With Lunchly, you get double the amount of liquid.
Prime has no sugar added, more electrolytes, and more B vitamins.
Crunch bar.
He looks so tired, man. I can just imagine some dude with an air horn running into his room, just blaring it and just going, "Wake up, JJ, you have a new product line! Get up and you have to be the promotional material!"
Feastables Crunch.
Yeah!
Our pizza uses real cheese. Theirs, as it says on their box, is mozzarella pasteurized prepared cheese product. They can't even call it real cheese.
I mean, that should really be the standard, shouldn't it? Like, if anything, this is just highlighting to me how bad food regulation is in the US, when the healthier alternative can be bragging about using actual cheese instead of lab-grown foreskin cheese, or whatever it says.
We're also 30 less calories, 3 less grams of fat, and 8 less grams of sugar.
How everyone in America isn't obese or dying of heart disease, I have no idea if this is what you feed your kids.
Turkey stack 'em, 310 calories.
230 calories.
21 grams of sugar.
Only 7 grams of sugar.
If you look at this close up, you can already tell which one has better.
Okay, let's have a quick look at this. Okay, I do not see the difference between both of them. Like, they both look like processed crap. Okay, so this is the Lunchables one. The one with the paler cheese and the pinker meats. If anything, this looks more natural than Lunchly's. But they both look like crap.
Ingredients. All right, we'll start off with the Lunchables.
Bro, I'm sorry, that's trash.
Okay, yeah, you're overdoing it a bit. I understand that this might be a hot take, but Lunchables are just dry and processed dog water. But they don't... That reaction was just totally unnecessary, but I understand that they're trying to market Lunchables as lead-infused meat, but they are a bit bland, dry, and a bit grim. But, like, that reaction was just stupid.
All right, now we're trying Lunchly. Come on. We're not biased at all, but ours is way better.
Yeah, I think you're a bit biased. Like, there's no way that they're that different. Like, they're essentially the same things.
Fiesta nachos.
Like I said, I think this is the worst one of all three of them, because if you send your kid to school with their lunch being chips, a chocolate bar, and a bottle of Prime, just call Child Protective Services on yourself.
22 grams of sugar.
10 grams of sugar.
7 grams of protein.
9 grams of protein.
Come in close and look at the queso cheese.
Okay, Nerd Wolfwise coming in, but queso is literally just cheese in Spanish. So what he's saying is just look at the cheese.
In Lunchly versus whatever that is. Drip versus stick. I like my cheese drippy, bro.
Yeah, they both look like throw up, but yeah, Lunchly's cheese looks less plasticky than the Lunchables. I'll give them that. Well done.
This is a Lunchly salsa right here. Look at the consistency, the texture.
I'm not kidding you, but they look exactly the same. Maybe the Lunchables is a bit less red, but I feel like I'm watching that PS5 Pro presentation. Like, they both look exactly the same. Maybe slightly less liquidy, but like they're doing the exact same thing you're doing. Too much. Logan, you're trying too hard. It's making it very unbelievable. You're trying to gaslight us with salsa. Yeah, this salsa is really different. This Lunchables one, but this is crap. Oh, Lunchly. Oh, this is very different, but this is fantastic. But I think the announcement of Lunchly is a pretty significant moment in the YouTuber product world, because before it was like a really cool thing to see a YouTuber start a company and have success with it, but now it just seems like all of these things are just being thrown out so quickly. People are getting a bit fed up with seeing it unless it's like something very, very good. One such person who is a bit fed up with this is StanTDM, who tweeted in response to the announcement of Lunchly with, "What happened to YouTubers, man? I cannot say anything more. This is selling stuff for the sake of making money. Simple. How does this benefit their fans? This is selling crap to kids who don't know better than to trust the people who are selling it to them. Do better." And this prompted responses from everybody involved in Lunchly. I don't know why they didn't just ignore it and firm it, but anyway, KSI responded with, "Looks like crap to me." And it's like just some toys that Dan put out, and being real, I'm not too sure how this is relevant to anything that they have done. And then he quote retweeted his own tweet again with, but he was talking about food, JJ. He was sponsored, then promoted, and made a whole video on Munchpack, a monthly subscription box full of food and candy to his Minecraft audience full of kids. Now what? And this was a video posted to Dan's second channel 9 years ago. And Logan Paul's response was, "I'll tell you what happened to YouTubers. We spend our entire lives creating content and building our brands. Now we want to build businesses. You don't say anything when Lunchables faces bans for allegedly containing lead, but when we create a better version, you're upset? Then don't eat it." And this tweet got community noted. Misleading in saying Lunchables faces bans for allegedly containing lead, and that they created a better version. It implies that Lunchly doesn't contain lead, but the Ice Pop Prime hydration found in turkey snackums has also reported lead contamination from the ERC. And finally, we have MrBeast's response to this, which is probably the best out of all of them, to be fair. Lunchables sells hundreds of millions of units, and countless people eat it. Our goal is to give people a better-for-you alternative to it. Our turkey meal, for example, is 80 less calories, 60% less sugar, more electrolytes, we use real cheese, they use cheese product. They can't even call it real cheese. Higher quality meat, etc. Obviously, eating fresh chicken and broccoli is healthier, but someone is going to eat a pre-made meal like this, which millions of people are doing through Lunchables, then I think giving them a higher quality version at roughly the same price is a net good, in my opinion, and why we launched Lunchly. Also, as we get economies of scale and get things cheaper, we will be only improving the product more and more. Okay, look, I don't think there's anything wrong with just selling something for the sake of making money. Like, you're not trying to better the world by selling Lunchly. If you like to make money, then that's fine. And as I said, they should have probably just firmed Dan's audience, are mostly adults or whatever, maybe teenagers now. But when I say adults, like not old enough to have their own kids and buy this for them, and no doubt they will see success with this, because this is targeted at kids and people that have kids, you know? And they're not going to see all of this and go down. They should have probably firmed it on the shin. Except for maybe MrBeast, because his response was actually pretty good. And as I said, I don't care if it's the healthiest product in the world. It is just weird that, like, their whole branding is built around being better for you when it is still pretty terrible. Like and subscribe, or I will subject you to eating Lunchly for the rest of your life.